Hello, everyone. Good evening and Happy New Year. And very warm welcome to each and every one of you in today's market talk. I hope you had a great year in terms of trading and investing. I don't know about you all, but I'm very excited to move ahead into this new year. Some of you, those who have been associated with me, you know that I consider January to December as the trading year. So this is a new chapter beginning, new year to focus on returns. So I'm very excited. So Prasad ji, thank you. Happy New Year, Kartik ji, Hema ji, everybody, warm welcome and Happy New Year, Shubho ji, Sahil sir, Bhimanna ji. This year is going to be a wonderful year in terms of trading and investing. I can feel it somehow. And my focus, as for every year, will be on getting my required return, a mixture of offense and defense, proper portfolio allocation, and trying to flow with the market. And I will continue to practice what I call as my plan to make the investments or trade. So this market talk, this is today first talk of the year. So this is not a trading or investment suggestion. This is about what's going on with the market, what I'm doing, what could be my approach. These are not to be seen as recommendations to do any kind of investments, because that is not the only thing. We have to do risk management, where to exit, the full plan is needed. This you can think of more of a guidance, my video log, and also I'm very excited for this new year to start new chapters here in my website. So regularly, if you are interested in joining live market talk, just come to my website and check if any schedule is up there or not on the home page. Here, the upcoming schedule will be there, like our rainbow journey is beginning from Monday for the rainbow members. And we'll start with portfolio the way we do for the strategy, psychology, and along with the guidance. And market talk will be available. The link to join will be available like this. And to some point, some of the when we go the deep dive, those joining will every time likely to remain free, and but the recordings may not go free. So joining live will be highly recommending, because you may not be able to see the recording. And some new sessions will also be there. Plus, I've planned for some workshops as well, regarding bonds, regarding options, and along with that, we'll start with our macro classes very soon. So I'm excited in both the areas. Here, I think I'll be engaging directly with more and more people through the different communities and offerings. And the other side, I'm very excited about new opportunities to find investments and focusing on my required return. So, one of the areas where I will focus on this year is uh, um, into stocks or opportunities when I'm looking for, along with the um, my setup signal, which I use Rainbow. Majority of you might be knowing, those who are joining. Key where I'm finding value also means I will look for more protection. To give you an example, say there are cash stocks, cash holding companies which generate regularly some cash, and if they give out regular dividends, that will ensure some regular money flow with investments as well. And I will look for, say, dividend yields in those companies, for example, and find out what could be the relative valuation in terms of what is the safe investment rate, which is the government bond. Say if a stock, cash rich stock, say BPCL, for example, say providing 5.5% dividend yield, then I will definitely be interested in terms of value. Then I'll look also for the timing signal with my fountain. So timing is not the only thing I'll look at. I'll definitely look at what valuation or PE relative valuation I'm buying, because I personally think that we are in the late part of the business cycle, which may not always mean ki crash tomorrow, but it means the risk has gone up, the valuations are very rich. So valuation or relative valuation मेरा focus रहेगा. Along with that, I will definitely look for across the asset class opportunity, like look at last 1 year. 1 year, there have been lot of markets, immense number of markets which has given much better return than Nifty. Nifty started pretty well the week. So maybe our market will do better. हो सके हमारा market अच्छा करे. Possible. But I'm open to different ETF opportunities, definitely via Indian market, of course, but also with the international market. ETF will definitely be an area to cut down the fluctuation but participate in a good trend. Like last year, so this year to date performance will definitely be focused, like Hong Kong already doing well. That means there are opportunities could be with the Hang Seng Bs of outperformance, or someone may go into individual opportunities to look at how many which stocks could be more outperforming within that index space. So outperformance is definitely one area of focus will be to do better. Already what I can see is previous trend that was there is continuing. That's why Korea, China, and some of the Asian markets, Sensex did well first starting of the year. And similarly, I'll say let's look at say commodities also. Last 1 year, commodity has been wonderful. It was just wonderful. Any one could have invested in commodity, use it as a leverage further to play defensive strategies into option and get some good required return. So similar different opportunities will arise. Last 1 year, silver, despite the rise, it has been wonderful, no doubt. But silver is not a great long-term asset. That has been proven throughout history, though this time we have supply demand issue, silver usage. So looking at some fundamental will be interesting at this point, especially supply demand. But gold is always a wonderful asset for a very long term, but anything when goes up this much percentage, you can know the emotions are running very high. Some of the people have missed out this wonderful rally. Mistake or what, that's the fact. And as they have missed out, many majority of them on the commodity, their emotions are running very high. So that will create very short term high fluctuations. While fluctuations are very lovely to make money when you are active trader, but more relaxing passive trader, they can work in a difficult way. So anybody is watching right now, I will definitely recommend keeping your focus strong. Like if we can get, I'll say generally 35-40% in commodity derivative because of the and regular basis, that's wonderful. Of course, we can do better some year. But if we can keep such an average, at least when we are small, then it's fantastic. So making sure the more we get the required return will definitely be my focus than to get the highest return possible. So always defense and offense will come together for me. ETF will definitely be in focus, and year to date, if we look at, it's the similar trend is continuing. Gold outperforming, silver outperforming. So no major changes, and so far bad performing has been crude oil. But over the several years, I will say crude oil and energy segment has been underperformer. So anything downbeat, people generally ignore. So of course, as an opportunity, I don't know that crude oil will come back or natural gas, especially natural gas and crude oil or energy mixture will remain focus of forgotten opportunities. And when a particular commodity becomes stronger, generally what happens is stocks also tend to do well. They're they're not always uh, direct underlying relation, but sometimes also sentiment wise they do well. Like for example, if Hinzing has already made a commitment to the government to supply at a fixed rate, it will not make the higher return because of commodity price higher. In fact, in my trading life, I have seen companies who produce commodities, say zinc, go bankrupt when zinc rising. In that case, nickel, Shimsham metal, the big one of the biggest producer, went bankrupt when nickel was rising because they were managing the risk by selling, going short in the exchange, and exchange demanded margin. So many underlying connection is there, but sometimes generally when a particular commodity segment do well, their stocks tend to do well. Some part due to sentiment, some maybe due to they have not hedged or managed properly the risk. So it stocks also every like you all know, majority of you, those who regularly attend, ki I use this particular setup, Fountain of Gold. And from here, the market has will more start up from Monday onwards. Next week is today is more relaxing. We can see or could see the rising is on the Asia side. That's positive for Nifty overall. And if I look at like how will I decide, I'll go for say Hong Kong. We have seen strong, but I at least would want, as I'm going into ETF investing, to market to give me with my setup to earn signal. Unless that just because Hong Kong is up today, I'll not jumping into Hang Seng Bees. So I'm trying to mix the value, the outperformance, and the timing. So these asset classes are focused. Let's look at a quick look at where Nifty is heading right now. It's positive overall candle. If we look at the momentum is carving well, the lower indicator is for the momentum reading for me, it is carving well. So overall a positive vibe is there at the beginning, which is good. In the weekly chart, though we have seen correction, but nothing too bearish yet. And two good news are definitely possibly pending. Donald Trump will not call me, so I don't know. Maybe he will increase tariff to 75%. I don't know. And I don't need to know. I just need to know what the market is telling me. For my style, that is my focus. I will look for where is the outperformance, for example. Weekly chart I have seen, okay, in my lower strength meter, auto segment. Let's look at the weekly. Commodity stocks naturally makes common sense. And at this point, I don't know whether auto stocks will continue to go up or not. Where I will focus in what is happening now. And if I can, with if anything, anyone can project, say, if you say what are the future possibilities, you have to dive to fundamental. Otherwise, and that is also will be our one of the best guesses. So my focus here, where is outperformance, uh, weekly, monthly, daily, everywhere I can see the auto commodity stocks. Then I'll have to make my get things more dirty, means getting into more analytics, where things are heading into that segment. Say, for example, top auto stocks or automobile ancillaries, Who are the ones are leading right now? Asset master to I'll move to stock master. And that's not enough. That's not enough for me ki Ashok Leyland is rising. I don't know whether Ashok Leyland will continue to rise. That part is unknown to me. So where I will focus now is the risk part. I want the lower risk. Anything that is rising too fast, the risk is not lower. It can definitely go up, no doubt, can go down, but risk is higher. So within the space, I will look for opportunities where the risk is much lower. Or if I look at, say, if you at this segment, say pharma, IT, which segments are showing incredible strength? And within that segment, say IT, we can see pharma, no, not in the monthly at least. Multi-time frame I'm applying here. So here IT I can see strong, both in monthly, weekly, and now let's look at the daily. Not so strong. So when not so strong, that's not where I stop. I look at where the weakness coming from and where the strength is. And within the strength is, first is the timing wise, I'll look at protection. And then I will look for if value wise I have a protection. Once again, this is not a trade recommendation. So, and always remember, SEBI is warning. I follow risk management rule number 1 that you don't listen to others and jump on a trade. You have to do, and I make mistakes. So you don't have to listen to me. I'm just suggesting how will I approach this new year. So in the future discussion, you may be able to relate. So this is, say, once I get to BPCL, for example, I can see timing wise, it is a break. It is giving a breakout. Whether it will go 500 or just drop tomorrow, that part is unknown to me at this point. So at least I will try to look at key. Also, if I'm buying something, am I buying some value? We have to have some value metrics. Like in this case, it has a dividend yield of 3.28%. I will also look at its past dividend yield. It is the current dividend yield. Approximately what? 3, 5, 4, 6, 7, 7. Now this I will consider, means there are different ways to look at a stock to understand what value you are buying. Sometimes I'm not Warren Buffett. I don't know our stock's value. But then I will compare with relative value. The concept comes in. Now, what is the comparable here? Comparable here, I can easily go to a bank or go to Zerodha bid section and buy a government bond which will give me 5.5. Whether BPCL is offering around 3. That means extra risk I'm taking at least in terms of dividend. Now, in this breakout, does it make sense to me? If it does and it fails, will I continue to hold or will I put some exit? Like in my case, I generally will put an exit and I will use my max stop. I will not carry forward on the whole. So that is what I meant when I suggested that I will look also for some value when I'm going for individual stocks. Just because it is going up as the momentum, because we are in the late phase. Otherwise, if we are in the early phase, I could be wrong, but if I'm right and we are in the late phase, then when a momentum fades in the late phase, the risk significantly goes up because we don't have value protection. Whereas in the early phase, big buyers are getting in after a major market downturn then the momentum phase also makes better sense. So it is the origin whole principle that I will start the year with. Same if I look at, say, only valuation is not really the only thing. For example, Coal India. Coal India, if you look at the financials, it has good dividend yield, 5.2%. Comparable is our government bond because that is a safe investment. If something safer is available, why would I take the risk? Whereas for me, Coal India, once again, I could very well be wrong. As per my structure, it is likely to take resistance by this time. That means for me, Coal India could be a future opportunity. It is not a foregone opportunity. I don't have to buy at the bottom. Even if later Coal India breaks out much later, say in the mid of the year, I can still get my required return, which I think I will put. If I can get 25 in stocks and 30, I'll consider it's quite good for me. I'll not look at what others are going for. It is fantastic for me. So it's not just the value proposition will be, but also for me it will be what will be the possible path. Can I get my required return along with that? And dividend yield only makes sense if we are going to hold that stock for long, because otherwise dividend is not coming, like quarterly interest rate payment. Let's take a quick look at the current condition, because current condition, we do it is a new year. We have to know the current, what is the market condition. Nasdaq, some consolidation and confusion. Buy trade win probability is still higher, around 61%. I'll take your queries little bit later. I will make it larger. Probability table, so you can see the reading. Buyers are still large. But from my candle experience, it is in a confusion state. Some portion of the market is in the hands of bearish momentum, some in the hands of bull. Mixed market are not great, but they can be used for some buy support opportunities. They are not great for breakout opportunities. Also, I will look at the Nifty. So let's now go to Nifty index and I will switch off the lower meter. We have seen the lower strength enough. So I'll switch off the lower meter and look at individual Nifty. I'll come back, but let's look at first the Nifty 500. Because that is the one more important for individual stocks than the Nifty 50. Overall bullish reading wise, but not significant price action wise immediately, but bullish vibe is there. So typical this kind of market, some early jo leaders they will continue to perform well. Like in the auto sector group, you might be seeing some stocks like the Ashok Leyland, and some are getting ready. So rather than looking for what to buy tomorrow, what could be better investments in the coming future, find them out. That will be better approach right now towards Nifty 500. Not a superb bullish candle, but bulls are humming strong so far. Mid cap at the last end part of the year was pretty strong, trying to make a comeback momentum wise. After a correction, it is trying to make a comeback. So how one approaches in these cases, I will approach. I don't know how you will. That is important. Look for buy support. Who is the one and who are the one with slight strong comeback are attempting breakouts? What are the value propositions in them? Are they anyone combining, like for example, mid cap Nifty and auto sum? Are there? So getting into deep dive into the mid cap, which is index is available, not too difficult to find. Anyone does a little bit of hard work can be found Nifty, mid cap, index, constituents. Largely it will come from Nifty indices. We can click here and find out which are the largely Nifty constituents, means which are in the index. Easy to do it from here. Find out, go deep. That I will do. It is beginning of the year. I need the full year return. So there is little need for hurry. 700 stocks out there. कोई ना कोई opportunity देगा ही. Let's look at the underperforming sector, especially last year. In underperforming sector, if it is coming back, that is very important for me. Why? Because I want to see who are the early leaders. They do better in the second phase of the comeback. So small cap has been the down performer. Some comeback price wise, though it is not bullish. I want to see who are the leaders in the group. Easy to find out. Nifty small cap index down. Then take a quick look. The rainbow helps me because it makes it quicker. I can easily scan through a certain group of stocks, say pharma, for example. I can take out the stock master quickly and look at where I'm interested at least, not which one is jumping. First I will sort out, okay, these are the ones that could be coming in the future. Interesting charts. For example, I'm interested in Lupin, what it does next. Is it going to be a comeback after a correction? Will it be a strength? What I will do is place the necessary alerts so I can evaluate. As I'm playing the weekly chart, for me, there will be little need to hurry. And I will do fine tuning, which is much better to find out quicker. Look at a simple buy signal, not necessarily to jump, but to evaluate. So continuous regular preparation with individual counters, which could be worth investing in terms of risk and others. This may not be good for investing. I'm just looking at the chart sum. This marking does not mean I'm invested in them, but they can be good going ahead in future. So I'm keeping a check under them. So small cap, obviously, I'll be interested in which are the early leaders in this recent comeback in the weekly chart. Now I'll switch on the asset master, switch off the one. Who are the ones trying to make a comeback? Go into more details into them. If there are value investing, if those who have done my Sunday stock storm, you have learned to look at the small cap, how you do it, market cap, long-term debt level changing. Let's look at the last one is the micro cap. It is a comeback from a support area. Nothing special is going on in the micro cap. I think once again, the better areas to look at will be to the mid cap, possibly the large cap. Nothing significant going on yet in the small cap and the micro cap segment. Last one before I take your queries, I will look at the commodities. And commodities, we have to start with, of course, the setup needs to be now changed to commodity to make the necessary adjustment. Metals are strong, we have seen, so I will start with the gold. This particular segment, I'm a bit concerned, not just this movement. Typically, in my 16 years career, I have never seen um, silver supply demand to have any major impact. The last time it impacted was 1980, which is beyond my trading career, trading or analysis or market career. So gold and silver, which did perform wonderfully, given the current condition, is not that great yet. So I'm not jumping to do into gold anything. But I'm open to the sell side. Open to in trading, I'm open to the short side because the sentiment, majority are bullish. When majority are bullish, it does not work. We can see the investing wise, I can see momentum loss, nothing too concerning for investor because that investors best to follow the weekly chart means you are looking at gold Bs, SGBs, and when you choose like gold Bs, ETF, how to choose the ETF? The lowest cost. That is how you choose ETF. So gold Bs relatively has higher cost and it is the most popular. So investor, we can see sentiment, but investors are not traders. Traders wise, I see to stay away right now. Not to start beginning, but opportunities now with the sentiment extreme are coming both in gold and silver. Things have started to change. Silver from the momentum structure, you can see momentum divergence. Silver not so bullish, but still even in the daily chart, significantly far away from being bearish. A mixed market, not a very trending players market at the moment. Natural gas is another beautiful counter, largely to trade with. It's behaving typically the way it behaves in winter. So I'll continue to do with the natural gas the way I prefer to trade in the short term swings. No, do not see significant investment opportunities right now in the natural gas. Mid of the year last year, there was an opportunity coming up. But right now, I don't see it. But I'm open to energy opportunities if market shows such a way. So that's a quick look and my philosophy of this year. Thank you everyone for listening for so long. Best wishes to you, to your investing style. I hope you make best of the returns possible. Last year, I'm very happy. Some of the members, Rainbow members, surpassed even my what I have done, even including in the commodity segment, which has been really wonderful. So people are able to do it. I hope you also be able to do it. Do well in your trading and investing and continue to grow your money. And don't just jump on the greed and the psychology part. And if you can avoid that much, I think you are going to do very, very well. So that's all from my side. If you have any particular queries now, I will take a look at them and try to answer to the best of my knowledge possible. Buy signal visible in Coal India. Dale sir ka question. Yeah, buy signal is visible. It came last week, but there are 700,000 stocks. Uh, Stock you have to work with your philosophy also. Like, your goal has to be clear. Your understanding of the path, probabilities of the path has to be very, very clear. Now, I'm not buying coal India right now. It does not mean anybody else will not buy or should not buy. You can definitely buy. But is it the best way to start with? That's what I think. Means I will think in this term. The year is just starting. There will be enormous opportunities. Is it the first way, the best way? I want to block my capital right now, immediately. Then, if yes, then I will look for what are the possibilities. Of course, what I want, buy signal is there and I want the stock to go up. That's the easy part. There were buy signal before. These buy signals are more wonderful if it's a single asset, like you only trade Coal India, but there are thousands of stocks. And when the buy signal from the rainbow path, I know this is a very strong resistance. So I look at my reward. For some, say I someone buys here and it touches 450 or 20 rupees in, say, for example, I don't know if it will go to within 2 days 20 rupees, but it can. For some, it will be a wonderful business, means wonderful trade. 5% within 2 days are wonderful. But I don't want to get into buy, sell so much at the very beginning with that mindset. Maybe it will directly break. That also is one of the possibilities. But I think there are better bets right now. So if I get an opportunity, good yield, also as per my rule, what I have to do is keep 50% of my portfolio of stocks into TMP2 phase. That is, then my return chance usually goes higher. So it is not in the TMP2 phase for me. Does not have the strength. If the strength is not there, I will go lower quantity. So basically, trading it is best possible way I'm looking to invest. And these investments sometimes make sense. Say Coal India is a government based stocks generally. There is no growth expectations from Coal India. This is almost an expected fact. How much Coal India is not buying new mines. So it's basically about the cash generation. So cash generation likely will be means dividend paying holding. And it last paid its dividend in November. So that means going by its record, if you look at the dividend is another month end away. So to some extent makes sense कि कोई invest करे and around this area में profit book करे. But I'm looking for much bigger runs where I have to exit less. So it is a personal choice also. It is not just buying just one stock. It is your money. You want to look for the whole scope. Say why Coal India or government stocks can be good. Some people can use them. Though I recommend bond pledging more, but pledge them and get a strategy of relatively lower return. But together these combination will make good return. So it's a defensive choice for some people. So at the beginning of the year, when you are starting, I'll suggest prepare your philosophy. What will be it? Coal India really gave the buy signal. You are absolutely correct in your observation. You are talking about Ashok Leyland. Ashok Leyland, I'm not suggesting as an investment. I just showed the stock. There are stocks which are going up. There are opportunities is happening. Should I enter right now based on what exactly? Like right now, if I enter here, there is a buy breakout. Now, if I enter here, I'm entering based on what? The stock can go up. What is that? It's a hope. And I personally don't invest on hope. Since I don't know how the stock will do, I am going through different things. कि valuation नहीं भी तो at least outperformance and then the risk. Here the risk was much lower. Now the risk is significantly higher. And if you have entered into this stock, then there comes the last game where this particular rainbow setup helps me. Ki I'm able to ride that stock. I'm not exiting too quickly. So Ashok Leyland, I just showed you about what is the stock doing right now. Views on Grow India Railway PSU ETF in weekly up. This is not clear. Grow India Railway PSU ETF. Is it focusing on the budget right now, Pinkesh? I'm not exactly sure. I'll have to check the railway segment. But if that segment is outperforming, yes, we can go for railway ETF. Like there are, say, auto segment we have taken a look at top auto stocks. Top auto stocks, what this particular setup helps me, okay, after a good consolidation, there was an opportunity for me. Now, at the point of my risk taking, did my risk taking made sense? Some people like to say कि चलो I've given the buy signal and reached 25,000, they take credit. बोला था ना, but I try to follow. I try not to predict how much force motor will go up. I don't know. I take that approach first. So what I will do, I'll keep out, list out, okay, this is clear from to me from my reading. Hero Motocorp currently does not have that kind of strength. So maybe it will come, I'll place it in alert, give the required alert strength. But is it one of the best chart structure that I'm getting? All that matters to me. Like in case of, once again, don't take this as an advice. And even though the one who popularized this particular pattern, जिन्होंने popularize किया, उन्होंने भी कहा कि this is a risky pattern. This pattern is kind of a flag pattern. So what I'm playing, it is very easy for me to identify the flags with the rainbow. If it can successfully break out, it will be super confirmed as a flag pattern. Whereas if I look at Tata Motors, right now it is not good, but maybe you are thinking, okay, Tata Motors it has lasted so long time. Tata Motors is a well-known company. What about the financial sense? Am I getting a value? It is a new company. Because of Tata Motors broke up TMPV and TMCV. TMPV is considered, I think, passenger vehicle and TMCV is the commercial vehicle. ये भी Tata Motors. This one has gone steady up since the rise. This usually comes under event pattern. This particular breakup, demerger, I think I've talked about this in Sunday Stock. It is a completely different approach. So एक strategy नहीं, different strategies आपके बैग में होना चाहिए. As you said, many bets there are, how to find the best ones, sometimes able to differentiate, identify, because you are looking incorrectly, Ishwar ji. आप भूल जा रहे हो ये जो स्टॉक चार्ट मेजॉरिटी मेक दिस मिस्टेक बिगिनर इवन प्रो बट यू कांट वेदर यू विचवर वे यू फॉलो आप किसी दूसरे का फॉलो करते हैं मानते हैं दूसरे को दैट्स ओके बट दिस कैन नॉट बी डिनाइड आप जिसको भी फॉलो कीजिए दिस चार्ट शोज द प्रेजेंट दैट्स द फैक्ट It does not change with any quotes or book. So that means it does not show you the future. It shows us the present. So if I don't know the future, suppose you are trying to look which stock will go up 200%. That everybody wants to know. And what everybody wants to know does not work because 93% fail. Their approach will fail. That means where I can make the less loss. Less loss, you don't know about how price will move. Then what is this less loss? This less loss concept is, what is the earliest point where my theory is breaking down? What is the theory? That you are going into, say, Ashok Leyland or some stock, it will go up. That is, for example, the basic theory. It can be complicated, complex hypothesis, but basic is the stock will go up. Say Nifty will go up. That is my expectation or theory or basis. Now, suppose if it does not go up, now let's make a stake. I will take over your house tomorrow. Now, will you bet differently? Will you think differently now? Now question is, if it does not go up, at which point will I know that it is not definitely not going up? Maybe I was wrong. At least this point, when it is breaking down, at least it is not going up now. Abhi to nahi ja raha hai. And nobody is stopping me to buy again when it's attempting a breakout. We can make mistakes, but we don't have to make them disasters. So main thing is, if you don't know the future and you know the present, find out the points where your risk is low and how to find the best ones. Asymmetric risk reward. When the risk is on the lower side and the opening sky is free, usually runs are very good. Now, usually, that's why not always. And since not always, bull flag is not always successful. That's why William O'Neill in his book said that it is highly risky also. How can you cut the risk as low as possible? The more you try to find out the best, which will give you 200%, the chance goes up you won't succeed. Because everybody is doing that, 93% fail. That means you have to look something different, not like others. At least that's how I will try to approach. Say, I can go a running stock, or I can look at which one is making a base. I can buy Ashok Leyland. I don't have any logic. Why am I buying? Except the hope it can go up. Or I can at least, in case of, say, Ford's Motor, I can have a logic. Hey, I bought a bull flag. Then if the bull flag is failing, I know I bought a bull flag. Now the bull flag is failing. I have to exit. If I don't know why I entered, I can't find out the exit. Say I bought Nifty. Why I bought? It closed above this level, so I bought. Then of course we wanted to go to 28,000, but if it does not, here is my stop. That's the approach to take, I will suggest. And the more you do it, your upside will get open and your risk side will get cut. So let's look at a few. Another stock Pavanji is highlighting is NTPC and Vijay sir is BHEL and NMDC. NTPC. It has gone definitely up. That's no doubt about it. Will I buy right now? No, I will not. As a trader, can it go up? Yeah, it can. Definitely it can. I can see the resistance. I don't know whether it will go up or not, but I can see the resistances. I can see that price action is yet not bullish. So as a trader, I'll have to follow my rules. Of course, somebody else may find it interesting at different, looking at different approach, say dividend yield or something, price to earning, but some companies are not growing. And NTPC unlikely to show you extraordinary growth, unlikely. Understand a company also. Like this is not Tesla or this is not a top growing company. This is a stable company. Stable company approach has to be different than a growth company. This is not an IPO urban company which is trying to do something. This does not have any mode. This is not CDSL, this is not MCX, this is not NSDL. What it does, it burns coal and generates electricity. Can it increase its electricity price too much? No, government will not allow that. Then where will the extraordinary growth will come from? But that does not mean the stock is in the bad. Maybe there is a value. And in this kind of one, I definitely prefer to look at the dividend yield. Because if it's not growing, it needs to return my money. At what rate it is returning my money? 2.56. So whereas there are competition, I can take a slightly higher risk and do some corporate bond and get several times higher. So I will ask, is this the best choice I have? In my case, I will not. Maybe because there are also resistances. It does not have a free sky. So a stock can go up even with the fund without fundamentals. Many people buying the stock can go. But right now, I'll not be interested. But that is my personal opinion. Please don't follow it. Do as you think is right. NMDC is, on the other hand, interesting. I have looked at this stock. Metal segment outperforming. That we have seen. That segment has relative momentum. And why it is going up also making full sense because metal prices has been higher. If NMDC has makes fixed contract, that will not help NMDC, the price rise. But the sentiment can help. It is trying to break a very important zone in my setup. Very important zone को break करने की कोशिश में है. Possibly break, but this is a very tough resistance. It does not break easily. Now, along with that, we can look at the value like in MDC is once again government based 3.95% yield. It has a better sky than Coal India or NTPC. Now, where will I know that my trade will fail if it tries to go, for now at least, if it tries to go below this level for me? And it has some lower base, so I have some fair idea it can go up or some consolidation. But this stock is humming strong, no doubt about that. So overall, I can see a lot of metal, PAC segment are showing strength. So if I also, which I don't do anymore, if I just give up this bad habit of prediction, then I can at least focus on what is exactly going on. So a lot of metal segments are making strength. We had discussed VEDL with that metal strength. It went up significantly. I did not know it will go up this much. It can go up even more. But at this point, when we were looking at it, our risk was on the lower side and our sky was open. So we took the risk and it paying off for the risk. Now, for the best return, the more we try to find, did Vedanta went up 20% every day? No. But over time, it is likely to give you, your, or me, my required return. So now it's all about riding that particular opportunity जो आपको मिला. So there are, as I said, there are a lot of opportunities happening. There are a lot of opportunities will continue to come. How candle formation in rainbow? These are not shared. Possibly when it will be like um, Honma, Munehisa Honma, who discussed the candle, and it's not just the candle; it's a full system. So this rainbow setup calculation, the score matters, the strength score. Lot of stock give price action bullish full green candle. If that is the approach you take, it is not going to be well. The full matters and rainbow setup is not shared the details. It just helps me to understand how what the market is telling me. NDX, Rahul Ji is time frame. You're in the Nasdaq, US stock wizard, SIP, IDO, follow weekly time frame. Should I be more cautious? Watch the weekly chart. So you are asking about a particular way to we discuss about Nasdaq and other strategies is SIP manager. Trading is not just about an indicator. So anybody has that mind in the mind are wrong. So what is suggesting continue to invest full? There is no Nasdaq is still firing. Of course, there is momentum loss, but when you do an SIP, you have to understand and remain stick to the game to win. You're giving up your momentum timing chance because you have in the SIP you're accepting that I'm not good with the momentum timing. I'm enjoying the trend. And there are individual stocks which are suggesting you, yeah, you continue to uh, invest in the that particular stock, say Eli Lilly. It is suggesting you continue to invest. SIP is long term. The more you try to time it, you are going to do worse. So that particular part of your portfolio can remain long term. But one thing you can understand from the market, it is not after a bear market correction phase, right? You are already in a strong bull market. So remaining cautious means where invest in the outperformance. Where no outperformance, you stop investing there, wait out. If it is showing exit, exit. Follow the rules, and in the long run, you will be very well rewarded. भेल विजय कुमार जी वेल में है वेल आई हैव लुक्ड एट इट जो जो इसीलिए मैंने हाईलाइट किया कि मे बी सम ऑफ द रेनबो मेंबर्स आर आल्सो ज्वाइनिंग हियर टुडे सो आई गिव यू क्लियरली माय फिलोसॉफी फॉर दिस ईयर every year is not same like there is whale I have seen the signal whale I have also marked it in red you can see that but whale we have to understand what is whale. Is it promising superb growth? If that is promising, I'm not saying, yeah, maybe I have missed out something. But generally, if I look at the earnings of the whale, it is making losses largely. Operating income very, very fluctuating. It does not give very good quality dividends. Earnings per share is currently 179.21. Price to earning multiple. मतलब every 1 rupee of earning you are paying 179 rupees and out of that 1 rupee almost 0.2% will be paid out. Does it making lot of sense? In to me right now it does not. So if Vale is interesting, of course, there is a momentum clear signal. There is, without a single doubt, Vale is showing some promise chart wise. उसमें कोई भी डाउट नहीं है. Strength is there, all are there. Stock sometimes Gensol भी बढ़ा था before it crashed down. I'm not saying Vale Gensol है, but Gensol भी बढ़ा था ना. Stock can rise without fundamental. That is another for the short term at least. But Bhel ka fundamental is not that great. So along with this buy signal, I think it will pay you off if you look for what else you are buying. Are you buying a good valuation with the PE? No, definitely not. Are you buying a good dividend deal? No, definitely not. Then this PE means Bhel has to produce superb return to justify this valuation. Problem is the stock can remain overvalued for long time. So what else we are buying also I will look for, because I don't need lot of stocks. These quality के साथ अगर value भी मिल रहा है to protection, I think that is a better right now to look for. But Bhel chart wise, it has the quality. It made the base. Now it is trying to move higher. It has all the technical analysis wise quality it has. But few things also technical analysis to note wise. That's why I prefer this setup. Is it is not in a TMP2 phase. TMP1. And only 30% of my stocks I can choose from TMP1 phase. 50% I will like to have from TMP2 phase. So yes, some portion of investments I think can be done based on this comeback of the Vale. But valuation wise, Vale is not a great opportunity presenting right now. Think of this कि ये जो आपके पास पैसा है, and all these are presenting to you कि एक proposal. These are I am offering to you. With the future unknown ki what is going to happen in the short term to this stock. And then out of all the opportunities, think whether is this the best one? Means for example, if I get say Bhel and I look at say for example say Hind Petro, though different business, but not super growth is expected from them. But this one financially, let's look at nothing special, lower, even lower valuation. Let's look at then another stocks. If just to show you a difference, say BPCL. This one is also trying to make a comeback. Then both of these are present coming to you. Think of yourself as a king like coming to you and giving the proposal. Which business say you will invest in? Both of them showing okay comeback strength, price action. This one has TMP2, value at risk much lower. Stock beta if you see, which you maybe बहुत छोटा आप देख नहीं पा रहे, 0.7. Whereas the other one, say let's put the other one here, Bhel. Value at risk, let me set it, say for the next 5 weeks, 5 matlab 5 weeks and 90% confidence level, my loss can be 6.6%. Stock beta is very high, 1.7. That means if index doing well, the stock can move up faster, or index falter, the stock can give higher fluctuation. BPCL on the other hand, lower fluctuation, so risk lower. This one is TMP2 phase where the run can come faster. This one is TMP1 phase. So two are, you can see technically also difference. BPCL look at fundamentally what is representing. You know it is going to remain in the business. चारों तरफ पेट्रोल पंप, चैलेंजर है इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल, 3.28%, slightly better yield, valuation definitely significantly lower, whereas Vale price to earning multiple you have seen significantly higher, 179. So you are playing very high valuation. Here you are paying low valuation relatively. Both are nothing special growth will happen like BPCL acquiring after acquiring. No. Bale is also not acquiring too much. Both are kind of stable, government backed, or not exactly government backed, but those kind of attitude companies. This one gives you regular income at 3.2%. This one does not give you regular income. Now you are going weekly chart. Largely you are going to remain for little longer than quick exit. Which one is now making sense? Giving the base. Where will you exit? This is my exit point will be, say, that means 50 rupees max. If I take the max exit, that is around 50 rupees, which is I think 15% around. Whereas if I look at Bale max stop is around 240, which is around 60 rupees, which is around 20% max risk. So different risk profile it is representing. So I will consider specially in this year what value I'm buying also in terms of relative value. Not just where chance बहुत जगह पे आ रहा है. आउट परफॉर्मेंस है क्या भेल सेक्टर में या एनर्जी में आउट परफॉर्मेंस, दैट विल आल्सो वेयर मनी इज फ्लोइंग, किस तरफ फ्लो हो रहा है. So I think last few questions about Monica ji पूछ रहे हैं about Bell. Let's look at the Bell chart. You know it largely. I think you are with the rainbow system. System is clearly telling you. If you're holding this, can it go up? Yeah. Can it go down? Yeah. But that's a hope. Currently, it's on hope. Hope में कुछ भी हो सकता है. Anything is possible. So currently, this will not be my choice. You can easily understand. Okay, this is not the right one. At least I'll look at, give some preference to the weekly chart. Time frame wise, it will of course be different. This is trying to make a comeback, but ऐसे bottom buying का कोई end नहीं होता. We can go up to 15 क्यों 1 second chart तक to do the bottom buying. So bottom buying is never my focus. नवीन जी बोल रहे हैं गोल्ड सिल्वर. गोल्ड सिल्वर अलोन नवीन जी इज नॉट इनफ. गोल्ड सिल्वर व्हाट? एसजीबी, then different approach. Gold bees, comex gold means short term gold trading, MCX futures. All three are, though gold, they have different risk because of the leverage. So approach will be different here. Gold, I have already highlighted gold and silver in the original discussion at the beginning. They're undergoing a correction. So when they undergo correction, it is better not to disturb them too much. Means jump in and out just because somebody has missed out some rally. Not great. Moment, look at, मुझे तो कोई ऐसा दिख नहीं रहा है कि who predicted silver would have go up 140%. So there is no point relying on prediction. Gold will go up. This supporting news will keep on coming. Central banks buying. I have been talking about this gold way long ago, but I never said I knew that gold will go up 1,40,000. So daily chart, it's undergoing a correction. Silver, give it time. If you are a directional player, If you're a non-directional player, then that's the best time. Now is the best time. It is range bound, confusing, but lot of volatility. If you're an investor, there is yet no reason to get out of silver. He is looking for long-term rally. You are not going for the timing tool. Approach will be different. Not stock master, then the SIP manager can be helpful in deciding more in the long term. There is still no significant changes in the long term chart. So, where you are, that will make a difference. We just can't say gold and silver and what's the full plan with it. Gold silver के साथ आप फिर क्या करोगे? किसके साथ ये गेम हो रहा है? If you are in the short term charts, then of course I'm open to short side opportunities, but right now, actually, practically, I have not jumped to trade yet. Silver is somewhat becoming weak, too much fluctuation. अभी भी पूरा साल पड़ा है. I will get better opportunities into gold, silver, more 2 hour, more stabilization. बहुत मजा आएगा जब सेंटिमेंट का ऑपोजिट खेलेंगे. मतलब रिटेल विल बी बाइंग एंड इट विल बी वेरी फन टू सेल बिकॉज मेजोरिटी उस तरफ फोकस हो जाएगा कि चलो गोल्ड सिल्वर बाई. सो कहां पे है आप, क्या कर रहे हैं, पूरा चीज मैटर करेगा. एमसीएक्स इज अ ग्रेट स्टॉक. यू स्टॉक को डिफरेंशिएट कीजिए. क्वेश्चन आया है कि हरि गोपाल जी से, ये जो गेम है, इट इज अबाउट अ बिट लॉन्ग टर्म डिपेंडिंग ऑन एसेट क्लास. ये जो कमोडिटी फ्यूचर में खेलूंगा दैट विल बी शॉर्ट टर्म. ऑप्शन जो मैं कर रहा हूं कि निफ्टी चलो बुल पुट, दैट इज मोर शॉर्ट टर्म. बट ये जो आप बोल रहे हैं एमसीएक्स इज अ वेरियस स्टॉक्स आर यूजुअली अ लॉन्ग टर्म गेम एंड एमसीएक्स इज अ सेपरेट टाइप ऑफ स्टॉक्स. ह्यूज मोट, ह्यूज बिग मोट. ये तो स्प्लिट हो रहा है. ड्राइंग एडजस्ट हो जाएगा सून. मल्टी कमोडिटी एक्सचेंज स्प्लिट हो गया एंड इट इज राइजिंग. तो ऐसे स्टॉक को जब व्हेन इट गोज अप, दैट इज नॉट एक्साइटिंग सुपर. एज एन इन्वेस्टर यू वांट द स्टॉक टू गो डाउन. The more cheap you can buy, because this is going to remain in business. You have 100 crore, 200 crore, you just can't open an exchange. रिलायंस अंबानी जी सडनली एक एक्सचेंज नहीं खोल सकते अचानक से. दैट मीन्स इट हैज वेरी हाई मोट प्रोटेक्शन. At monopoly business. Here you play the swings. Either you play the swing or you play the value. When it drops, crashes 40%, and it will crash. From time to time, look at history, it will crash. I'm in the wrong setup, that's why galat ho raha. It will go into consolidation, it will correct, it will go in a bear phase. Those are the time exciting. Or say these stocks are final, ki I want to go in them. Now I want to find the right opportunity, say NSDL. NSDL is going to remain in the business. Now I need to do buy support and not hurry into this game. Because it can crash another 20% or maybe even 40%. But it will make me more excited because this is a protected business. And if I hold this stock, it is going to just continue to earn the money. An Indian market with the economy, it is going to grow. Simple, two. Now I don't know when it will go up, so I will need to find suitable points. So one can decide, those who don't have the rainbow setup, chalo, with a Dow structure, it comes either in the daily or weekly every time. I go an average and hold such stocks, not give them up easily because they are different. They are not like other stocks. They have very, very, very strong moat. CDSL, NSDL, two business only, largely. MCX, only one in commodity. BSE, NSE, two in the मतलब पूरे सेक्टर में आप वैसे स्टॉक सबसे चीप खरीदना चाहते हो बिकॉज दे विल रिमेन बहुत बहुत दिनों तक. You don't want to hurry. So take a complete different approach in your trading. Don't just look for which one would make me 100%. Everybody tried to do that and fail. You stock wise take different approach. Sector wise look for outperformance and choose them well based on the risk. Say in SDL you bought here, it went down. Don't worry because this will remain. Look at the long term. More you are excited to buy. Say every 25% it drops, I will buy again. Simple strategy. You don't need technical analysis. Now you have to just show patience. In the long run, it will not just pay you off, it will outperform the average index return. Superb outperform, like M6 did. So different stock, different approach. These are called bag of tricks, जो आपके बैग में होना चाहिए. Not just one strategy. पूरा अप्रोच है ये बैग ऑफ ट्रिक्स. क्रूड ऑयल आप काफी टाइम से बोल रहे थे. क्रूड ऑयल आई डोंट लाइक राइट नाउ. क्रूड इज यूजुअली अ ब्यूटिफुल काउंटर बट करेंटली इट इज नॉट इन अ गुड फेज. And when it something is not in a good phase, it is not a good time to trade that, at least direction wise. If I look at the crude oil chart, it has been very much in range, very much. It has very high margin, मतलब leverage is low. So मुझे तो देखिए 30-40% मैं कोशिश तो करूंगा. So in the commodity segment at least. And if I make better, which last year I did, I'm way more than happy. But at least 30-40% to try करना ही पड़ेगा. So given that a ranging instrument is not good for me, crude how it can be traded? Neutral strategies, which I personally don't like, but it works. One can go for neutral strategy at this point. One can go for, say, which once again I don't like, is the intraday. Intraday crude oil, even in the range, it is moving very well in trend. But in my case, I don't play intraday. So crude oil February future, I don't know the future क्या आने वाला है crude oil में. I can talk about macro fundamentals which doesn't look that bullish yet. I would have loved buying crude oil, but crude oil एक आप monthly देख लो, weekly देख लो, wherever I look, I don't see the bulls. All I see is range. Or a very gradual decline. So such a market does not give awesome rides. Last year, if you look at the commodity last 1 year performance, if I say I do buy sell in the short term chart, it will be easier to make money. Say this is the crude oil, it moves. Heating oil, this one, crude oil is say 20% it is down, and compared to that, gold is up 65. So if I do buy and sell or buy hold, chances was better in gold silver. It was trending. Crude gira, but very zigzag. So crude personally right now, I will prefer to avoid. It has nothing much to offer right now in the mid frame. Daily chart to 2 hour chart, इतना दिनों से ये टाइट रेंज, बेकार का पैसा वेस्ट हो रहा है. Either the game has to be range bound strategies or more short term intraday games. Otherwise, crude is not very looking great. L&T Finance, last few stocks to remember. L&T Bajaj Auto we have discussed. Yogesh ji, kindly watch the recording. Uh, CAMS, let's look at last few. L&T Finance, CAMS, and these are once again are not recommendations. These are, I'm just making observation and see what's the situation. And think of it also in terms of sentiment point of view. L&T Finance, sorry, L&T Finance, I was discussed. I think so. L&T and Mahindra could be Mahindra and Mahindra Finance. I'm making a mistake, could be. So what I can see here, you can also see it has been a wonderful run. Psychologically, I want to check, and you also would want to check whether your interest in the L&T Finance is coming because of you missed the rally or not. Then that is a sentiment issue. What is the observation we can see? L&T Finance is in a strong trend. Every time after correction, trend is coming back. Similarly, after correction, trend is coming back. It came back. L&T Finance weekly chart is going into all-time high. So what is this opportunity after a correction? Weekly buying and breakout as well as buy support opportunity together. Few other things I can take note of. Value at risk is still low. Stock beta is relatively on the higher side. So this is of a more continuation of a trend. And you are betting basically the trend will continue. You can check the valuations along with that. Does it pay dividend? No, it does not pay much dividend. Price to earning ratio अकेले कुछ नहीं बोलता unless you yourself know the valuation. So that means you have to do a study of its relative valuation that I have discussed in the Sunday stock store. So overall, L&T Finance looks strong. It has the potential to go up further. Monthly breakout is continuing. So basically, ये चलती गाड़ी पे एक चढ़ जाना kind of situation है L&T Finance पे right now. Mriduji, copper shorting, and you did not mention the time frame. Are you sure with the time frame without its working? Minda Corp and the CAMS. Let's look at Minda Corp. Minda Corp. Interesting. You want to sell copper. Copper, when it's a very strong trend, it was. Though it can be intraday opportunities, but weekly Minda Corp, nothing strength is not there. It is consolidating. सो अगर एक ये देखिए लंबा एक जोन चल रहा है यूजुअली आप देखिएगा टेस्ट करके व्हेन ए जोन ब्रेक्स आउट द रन्स आर यूजुअली वेरी गुड बट इंतजार करना पड़ता है रेंज का ब्रेक का सो व्हेन आई डोंट हैव द सपोर्ट ऑफ द स्ट्रेंथ आर ए स्पीड तो इस सब जगह पे इफ आई फील नो आई हैव टू इन्वेस्ट कि चलो ये ब्रेक करेगा आई यूजुअली डू लोअर क्वांटिटी so Minda Corp will be interesting when it makes sure, yeah, it has broken. Now there is no confusion. It has still not broken. मतलब ये range और चल सकता है. So waiting for the right moment will be required in Minda Corp. Otherwise, overall, such a long range making is generally very good. But waiting for the नहीं तो क्या होगा आप थोड़ा सा zigzag करेगा you will be impatient. If you are going in, go with the mindset, okay, Minda Corp can now zigzag more. एंड zigzag के बाद अगर फेलियर भी हो सकता है तो at which point I will know कि चलो ये फेल हो रहा है, maybe at this point or below this or a full red candle, but it is basically making a base. And if you buy before the base, this kind of early exit and then again buying, this will happen. Or what you do, you show your patience. You wait for a clear buying, a candle close above, price action bullish, then it is all set to once again try worthy. So let's look at last one to look for is the copper. So we are almost time. Copper, first of all, is in a very strong trend. No doubt. You can easily look at the weekly. Daily chart is fading. Momentum fading. So you are clear what you are selling. Copper, if you want to short, what you are selling? You are selling the momentum fade. Now, if you want to sell, Mriduji, I think you are from the Rainbow members. If you are, then you know our must follow rule is a price action bearish. Can you sell? Yeah, it's your money. You can do whatever you want. But I will like to know here is the resistance also. And it is in a strong trend. So resistance or support, whichever you support here. Not even price action bearish. I, I will not go for right now in the 2 hour. Because if such a strong trend is there, it is possible कि buy support फिर से आ जाए. And if it comes back, what could be the best area to come back than the support area? So given the risk, though I'm in the wrong setup, given the risk, it is not likely कि चलो copper is the best opportunity right now. So that's all friends. Thank you so much. I hope आज का discussion आप लोगों का अच्छा रहा overall. Oh sorry, CAMS I have forgotten. Sorry, CAMS. CAMS आपने पूछा था. CAMS, CAMS. Computer Age Management Service, CAMS split. Weekly chart. No. Why? Right now, no. I don't see CAMS any chance of. We can hold it. Let's look at the valuations also. High valuation 39. Well, every 1 rupee I'm paying 39 rupees plus 1.67. Should check the relative valuation, but single wise also not very cheap right now. So camps, no, I will not go in. I have to follow the rule. As a trader or investor, I have to follow the rule. Since I don't know the future, if we don't follow the rules, then market will know it. And we will get the punishment by not getting our required return. So no, I'll not go for camps. I rather will go for BPCL, even Finpetro or Coal India or whichever, not the camps right now. Because they have better chart structure at least. It does not have, at least I'll rather go for the where the valuation is so low or and I'm getting some dividend yield. Camps in any way does not make, but I could be wrong. Camps can shoot up, earning is there. Those things can't be predicted. So those future ke hope mein, I will not break my rule or bend my rule. Minda Corp, I think we have taken a look at right now, Minda Corp. So I have not missed out Minda Corp. We just discussed Minda Corp. So thank you everyone. I hope आज का discussion आप लोगों को अच्छा लगा and I was clear about कि how I'm going to approach. This video will be available in my YouTube video, but future deep dive videos that I'm going to do is not going to available only for YouTube members. मैं मेंबर्स के लिए अब रेगुलर तो वीडियो बना नहीं सकता सो दोज रिकॉर्डिंग्स विल रिमेन विद द मेंबर्स ओनली जो यूट्यूब मेंबर संडे स्टॉक स्टॉर्म जिनको मिलता है so they will get it. Currently we will basically hold regular जो session रहेगा. One will be Sunday stock storm until we reach the 52nd episode. Currently we are 31. I think मैंने बहुत consideration दिया. After that I think this particular जो flag, first of all, two reason I've chosen flag. First of all, it's a good pattern to learn, and I think there are a lot of misconception regarding flag. In the general जो learning videos I see lot of misconception. which can lead to high risk taking, because the person who popularized this pattern, here is the book. So he in fact mentioned कि it is a very high risk pattern. So lot of unnecessary risk taking is could be happening around this particular chart pattern. So I have decided to I'll have to take it up in one of the topics. Sunday stock storm will regularly continue to happen. Along with that, now will come live market talk, which will basically आज live market talk it was there. It will be named deep dive, where we will go deep into different asset class, see the outperformance, where it is current happening, not trying to predict future. Rainbow is available to anyone to join our community. That is always there. Anybody who wish to take this journey can take up. Uh, Trials are time to time is going to happen. Next is option workshop plus trial coming up. Will be soon. And the one that will start very soon is the macro learning. This unlikely to be for free joining. This will either one can join or look at the video via YouTube, but I think that would be a relatively higher cost, or directly join in, which likely to be much lower cost in the long term. Though YouTube via joining can be lower cost in the short term, say 2 months if anyone is joining, it could be lower cost via YouTube. Whereas for long term watching all the classes, attending and watching the getting the recording, they will be better for direct. And we are just starting up. What will be covered, likely the macro learnings, sentiment different analysis, practical macro different tips and tricks. I don't want to discuss what is GDP. This is the formula. How global macro should be seen, along with data attending live, different data, how it can impact, or how do you look at different fundamental like crude oil, natural gas, many, as much as fundamental is possible. In usually my sessions are not fully step by step, we continuously evolve, but broad line is macro fundamentals, sentiment analysis. These are will be covered in macro analytics video series and class series that will start very, very soon. So thank you so much for taking the time. Happy New Year to each and every one of you. Please extend my regards to your family members as well. Spend quality time with them. And my best wishes ki this 2026 is going to be one of the best year for trading and investing in terms of you all. Thank you so much. Uh, to all of you. And thank you once again for taking the time to join.